welcome back to the channel Tarot Yogi. I'm Vinit, and today we have another timeless pick a card reading on what are people saying about you behind closed doors. And even before we begin this reading, I do want to announce that 27th of September I will be offering my Rider-Waite Tarot course. So if you're a tarot beginner to an intermediate student, this is a great course for you to join. You can send me an email to get more details, or you can hit me up on Instagram to do the same. And don't miss out. Do join the course. And if you're interested in getting a personal reading from me, you can again hit me up on Instagram, or you can send me an email. And I will also be looking at your birth chart if you like as a part of the reading. And please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment. Thank you for all the love. And now let's begin this reading on what are people saying about you behind closed doors. And we have three piles to choose from. Pile number 1, we have our Triumph della Luna. Pile number 2, we have our Hermetic Tarot deck. And pile number 3, we have Tarot of the Witch's Garden. So take a minute, see what pile is being called to you intuitively. The description box below will have the timestamp for your pile. And again, remember, these are general readings, so please take what resonates, leave the rest. And to like the video, share, subscribe, comment, and you can hit me up if you want to learn tarot or you want a reading from me, and I will see you guys in your reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose the Triumph della Luna Tarot, this is your reading on what are people saying about you behind closed doors. And even before we begin this reading, I do want to announce that 27th of September, I will be offering my Rider-Waite Tarot course. That is good if you're a beginner to an intermediate student in tarot and you want to learn from me. You can definitely sign up. You can send me an email to get more details, or you can hit me up on my Instagram to do the same. And you can also hit me up if you want a personal reading from me, and I will be looking at your birth chart as a part of the reading. So you can definitely hit me up for a personal reading. And please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment. And now let's begin with this reading on what are people saying about you behind closed doors. Okay, pile number 1, we have the 5 of Wands, we have the Fool, we have the 7 of Swords, the Ace of Cups, 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, the Emperor, and we have the 3 of Wands. You definitely have a lot of people discussing you behind closed doors, and I think this is people who have seen you. So I think this could be maybe co-workers, maybe your colleagues, maybe people who are around you, maybe in your university, whatever the scenario is. But people really are talking about how you've experienced a lot of betrayal, and maybe you're singled out. And even if you have a lot of people attacking you, you're still very victorious, and you're very unbothered and unfazed by what is being said about you, even if you're being portrayed in a certain light that you are not. And you're definitely very beautiful, very handsome. So there is this level of jealousy that is there, and people are sort of saying that, things have been easy for you. You have been handed things on a golden platter, but I don't think that has always been the case. And you yet remain beautiful and graceful and humble despite, the many trials and tribulations you have faced. And despite all the betrayal and the conflicts around you, you are on your journey to begin anew all over again. And what is coming in for you is new love. If you're single, if you are in a relationship, it's going well, and people are jealous of that as well. So fit it to your situation. But even if you're single, I don't think you're going to be single for very long in this pile number 1. And we have the Ace of Cups and the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. So you're very focused on self-love, and because you're so successful in loving yourself, you are getting all your wishes fulfilled, and you're learning where to do hard work where it's only required and necessary. So your discerning abilities are shooting up as well, and pay attention to your intuition as well, because it will help you more and more. And I feel it is getting sharper as you realize certain things about yourself. So you're definitely also having these psychic activations over here, pile number 1. And the more you keep filling your own well, the more you keep pouring water into yourself, you're going to truly be limitless and timeless over here. That's what I'm getting. And Timeless is the new weekend song that has been really stuck in my head. So that's definitely a channeled song for you over here. And I think people are also talking about your legitimacy, about how legit you are, and how you're not fake or phony, but you're the real deal. And you're the one to really be watched out for instead of the other people, even if, you don't always have the crowd's eyes on you. You know, you're sort of like you're sort of like a gem that has been saved from the masses, only to be revealed at the right time. So even if you're craving mainstream success in whatever way that you are craving it, pile number one, you will get it. It's just you will get it once you don't really want it and you're sort of over it. And I do feel this is like a karmic lesson for you over here, and just learning to show up and do what you're doing selflessly. I think that is very, very important for you to continue to be of service over here. You can have strong sixth house Virgo placements. So the more you are of service and the more you just work behind the scenes, yet influence everything behind the scenes, you will naturally have the spotlight on you without even, asking for it. So if people are jealous of you now, they're just gonna be really miserable, even in the near future, because you're only gonna catapult more into your success over here. That's what I'm seeing for you, pile number one. And people also talk about your patience. People talk about how even if you've lost a lot, you don't let it define you, and you yet take your time to move on and even cut your losses. And again, your discernment over here, you know what works for you, what doesn't work for you. You know when to cut out people, and you do it very mercilessly and you do it very objectively, which always works out for you. So the more you sacrifice, pile number one, the better things will get for you over here. And I think you need to have a smaller circle, maybe two people, not more. So, and I know a lot of people tell me I'm losing so many people in my life, and I always say that that's a good sign. You're definitely shedding who you used to be, and yeah, you can be sad about who you used to be, or you can miss that version of yourself, but regardless, you have to honor who you have been, and embrace the new version of yourself, because it's going to be even grander and even better. Pile number one. So your patience is very rewarding over here, and you're not very impulsive. You calculate things very well before taking certain actions, and because you're so precise in taking actions, you don't struggle at all, and you always hit the target bullseye. So your accuracy is also off the shots over here, and it's not just that, it's your ability to go after what you want very mercilessly and ruthlessly in a very formidable way. So, no holds barred with you. And that's what people are even saying. Even people are maybe competing with you, even in healthy competition. I think people know you're like the real beast, and they do sort of have to watch out. And I'm seeing like the Roman Colosseum and the gladiators fighting the animals. So you've really become so powerful because you have learned to tame all versions of yourself in a way where you've struck a deal instead of repressing parts of yourself. You know, you have developed a very high level of spiritual alchemy over here where you're understanding that you do have certain aspects of yourself and you don't have to let it control you, but from time to time you can sort of let it loose to sort of find your inner harmony and integration. And this is what even sets you apart from even people are talking about you, even if they think you're doing some magic. And this is a very high form of magic that you're doing. People are really talking about how you're really into your winning season. Because we have the Emperor, and which is Aries and Mars energy. Emperor is Aries energy, and Three of Wands is Sun in Aries, where again it's the best position for the Sun to be in. where it's exalted. So a lot of this fire, and this is the fire coming out of you, and it's your fire and your ability to create and to destroy and to sustain, and yet remain innocent through it all, and not be phased by anything that happens to you. People are also talking about how you really maintain and retain your innocence despite it all, despite how old you have gotten through experience and wisdom. You're still the same in terms of your heart and your capacity to love as you were when you were younger. So you're unscratched by life in a way, yet it has completely changed you. And you're truly blessed, you're really chosen by number one. I think even if people are not saying that, that's what they're sort of implying over here, because, you know, it's not humanly possible to survive the things that you have survived over here by number one. So kudos to you, honestly. And like I said, you are chosen. So you are supposed to go through a great more deal of ordeals than maybe an average person. And I think the less we say, why me, like why are certain things happening to me, and just even accept what is happening, it reduces our suffering. Because if we think about why me, it again creates a self, which again creates more suffering, because we're thinking about a different time than what our reality is, and we're not accepting that. On top of that, we're suffering more because we're not getting what we want. So learning to control your mind over here, that's the trick that really sets you apart from people, because you have this inner mechanism which just fires up just alongside your triggers to sort of help you navigate these very complex dark times in your life. So you do sort of have that hero's journey arc to your life, and no hero wants to be the hero, right? They just go through what they go through. So you're going to become very popular local lore for sure. You already have that very one of a kind standout energy, and people might not even say this, but they do feel inspired by you. They do feel inspired by how you carry yourself. So there is a lot of this let me copy you but not give you your flowers sort of energy. So let me give you your flowers over here, pile number one, because you are doing really well, and you're gonna get everything that you've wanted, even if it's a little waiting. And in the waiting, again, you're pouring into yourself, and you're making your life beautiful, and you're making it even more grander. So you don't need people. In a way, people need you. So people are talking also about how they sort of want to be in your spot, but again, it takes a lot of consistent hard work and continuous hard work, right? You're still doing the hard work. So the throne is not made for everyone, right? We have Hermit behind the text. So solitude is a very precious time. Do go into isolation whenever you can. It will help you clear your energy, clear your mind. It will help you maybe make a decision that you're struggling to make. Embrace it. Embrace the change. I think that, and time in solitude, and being able to come out and execute things, I think that has to be a strategy to really win over here, because you're already winning. It's just you sort of have to maintain this, which is in a way a bigger task at times, right? Pile number one. Shuffle some oracle. See if I missed anything. Okay, pile number one, we have card number 12, card number 14, and card number 46. So even if people are accusing you to be a certain type of way, even if people are talking a lot about you and it's getting under your skin, just know that in a way you're getting free promo. And this is again helpful because you're meant to be well known. You're supposed to reach to like a household name status. That's definitely in your destiny over here. You're here to work by number one. So you're going to be really making big moves very, very soon. And when people hear about you, even if it's through a negative source, they do check you out and they do fall in love with you. And again, people are discerning enough to know the truth from what is being said. So honestly, don't get bothered. I think that's an emphasis that your spirit guides are making over here. Even if you have negative energy, whatever it is, just don't focus on it, because it will bounce right off. You're very protected. There's just certain amount of difficulties we're supposed to go through on our journey to get more, right? It's it's a part of growth. And focus more on your healing, mental, spiritual, physical. The more you heal yourself, the better you will be able to be of service to people over here, and your manifestations are going to come in very, very fast. You're going to get exactly what you wanted, but even better and even more. So get ready for that as well. And don't worry, the culprits who are trying to harm you, they will be caught, and they're going to have a very rude awakening very, very soon. So karma will be delivered on time. You don't have to worry over here. File number one. Just focus on your own beautiful garden because you're doing a phenomenal job, and the more you cultivate it, the better it's going to be for you. The better are going to be the fruits of your labor. Yeah. And that's all I'm seeing. So again, it's a general reading, pile number one. Please take what resonates, leave the rest. If you like my style of reading, do like the video, share, subscribe, comment. And if you're interested in learning tarot from me, if you are interested in getting a personal reading from me, definitely sign up. You can send me an email or you can hit me up on my Instagram, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number two. If you chose the Hermetic Tarot deck, this is your reading on what are people saying about you behind closed doors. And even before we begin this reading, I do want to announce that on 27th September, I will be offering my Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot course. So if you're interested in learning the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot from me, you can definitely sign up. You can send me an email to get more details, or you can hit me up on Instagram. And you can do the same if you want a personal reading from me. And I'll also be looking at your birth chart as a part of the reading. So definitely you can hit me up for a reading. And please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment. And now let's begin this reading on what are people saying about you behind closed doors. Beautiful. So pile number two, we have the Five of Cups, the Ten of Wands, the Eight of Cups, the Hermit, the Justice, Nine of Swords, Four of Wands, the Sun, and the Queen of Cups. We have the Judgment behind the deck. You definitely have a lot of people talking about you, and what people are saying about you behind closed doors is people definitely see the amount of disappointments you've had to experience, the very difficult lessons life has thrown at you. I'm sensing you could be under your Saturn, Rahu, Mars, even Jupiter, Mahadasha, Antardasha, and I do feel life has been extremely challenging for you with a lot of difficult, complex things you've had to overcome, and even the kind of burdens you've had to face. Pile number two, you've had a lot of burdens, and you're also the kind of person who takes on a lot of people's problems. You're definitely my empaths, my psychics. You definitely have a lot of 4th house, 12th house, 8th house placements, and you're like a sponge who just soaks up energy and who just soaks up even other people's emotions. And you often just naturally become a mirror to people. So you definitely have a lot of people who project onto you hate you even when they're supposed to love you or like you. You know, you're just sort of put in to situations through obviously the divine hand to, in a way, awaken people around you. And yes, it's a difficult experience you've had to experience, but there has been a lot of growth, and you're always protected through it all. And I think it's also you're getting the good karma of helping other people wake up. I think there's no sweeter way to say this. You know, you have been put into people's lives to, in a way, help them through the most difficult phase in their life and awaken to their true potential. So this is very deep, and people are definitely talking about how no one is the same after they, are even touched by your energy, by your presence in their life, no matter how much it is. You definitely change people permanently. So you have a very intense energy. I'm getting Rogue from the X-Men. So you definitely have that sort of energy where if you don't use it externally, it will eat you up. And I do feel this has been a very internal struggle. I sense your moon sign and your sun sign could be in opposite elemental signs. You could have a fire sun and a water moon, or a earth moon and a fire, or a earth or an air sun in the opposite signs. And because there is a lot of this opposition between what your mind wants and what your soul wants at times. And there's sort of this squaring energy between your wants, your needs, and your desires. So it does create a lot of this very complicated inner world. But you're able to navigate this very well. And again, I'm also seeing a retrograde Jupiter and Saturn, so you could have either of the two retrograde planets. But even the Jupiter energy for you, why I'm picking up here is Jupiter is prosperity, all those amazing abundance, yes, amazing things, but Jupiter is also higher wisdom, and it teaches us the most difficult life lessons. It's the teacher of the most difficult life lessons in a way. So it's your maturity, it's your wisdom that has again come through these very difficult life experiences that have not obliterated you. In fact, it has helped you see who you really are. And I think the more you understand who you are, the easier it will be for you to navigate the external world, where there will always be gossip, there will always be drama, there will always be, people going round and round in their own karmic cycles. And, I would say people are really fortunate to even come across you, because in a way, they are been given this opportunity to redeem themselves. Whether they choose to do that or not is completely up to them. So people are more blessed to have you than you are to have them. I think you're really good on your own, and you are that. This is my pile of popular loners. I think this is definitely my introverted bunch with the Hermit and the Justice. So you definitely understand more and more who you are and what you're here to do, and that's why you like to keep yourself away from the crowds, which is totally understandable. I totally get you, pile number two. And I do think you have the gift of clairvoyance. You have justice in the center of the reading, so even before certain difficulties arise, you mercilessly cut away at the root of that suffering. So you make it very easy for yourself and even for other people, if they choose to really navigate the very complex samsaric seas of our lives, right? The very complicated karmic matrix that we are all stuck in. You give, in a way, a person a free pass if they choose. But that in itself is a test, which in a way protects you from people who don't have the best interests in their hearts for you. And I think this is people close to you now that are saying that, you're so brilliant, yet, you are an overthinker, and it is a double-edged sword, right? A beautiful mind comes with its own dark tones in a way, and I think the more you learn to fortify your mind, the more you learn to strengthen your mind through strengthening your body, you will be in a much better place to again selflessly give and you know reach high levels of productivity and prosperity both, because I think the more productive you are, the more busy you keep yourself, and the more active, fit, athletic you keep yourself, the more money you will make, the more your star will rise and shine. You're very connected to the fire energy, so the more you fan your own flames and keep it burning, that is what is going to really help you. So doing a very active form of sports is going to be super beneficial for you. Pile number 2. And that's what we're seeing in the third row with the Four of Wands, the Sun, and the Queen of Cups. Despite all this, you are the rising star. We have the Sun card and the Four of Wands, and Four of Wands is Venus in Aries, and yes, Venus is debilitated in the sign of Aries because it's the opposite of Libra, where it is exalted. Yet, Venus in Aries is not a very negative energy, because Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars and Venus are lovers. So they have a deep synergy between them. So again, this is contained fire. This is the kind of fire we need to grow things, to cook things, to transmute things. So your inner fire is very self-sustained. And it is so beautifully self-sustained that what you radiate outwards is the energy of the sun. You shine on everyone regardless. And there's consistency in your fire, in your warmth, in your love. And people feel this, right? People definitely are talking about that as well. That you're connected to something higher within yourself. And that is what is keeping you in this energy of love and frequency, which is again getting amplified more and more of the good you do. It helps you do even more good. And what I'm seeing for you right now is you're just compounding on your good karma, and you're very close to just cashing out on it all in this very lifetime. So you're doing big things, just continue to do them, and you're impressing people, you're wowing people, and the more difficulties that are given to you, the more work you do in this material world, the more you will be benefited. And a lot of y'all are definitely meant to do your own thing. You're meant to have your own businesses. So focus on that. Even if you are working under someone right now, make your ultimate goal working for yourself, and really watch the magic once you put in the hard work. It will really activate so many good things for you. And if you already have a business, it's going to really start booming. If you have a viral platform, I was going to say if you have an online platform, it's going to go viral. So that's definitely a sign. So keep putting in the hard work. It's going to pay off in very big bucks for you, for sure, by number 2. And in a way, I do think people are sort of eyeing your pocket as well, because I think you're making more than people are talking about you, and I do think they feel a way. So who cares, right? Keep shining, and everything that you've walked away from is just going to benefit you. So focus on yourself, alone time, solitude, getting answers, cutting away at things before they even get the chance to rot. Keep doing that, and you will continue to be the star that you are. And like I said, you are the rising star. Your star is only going to get brighter with time. So your magnetic pull and your gravitational pull towards everything and everyone is going to increase. You'll be pulling in bigger numbers, you'll be pulling in more clients, more people. So just keep at it, honestly, and just maintain this very beautiful palace you've created for yourself, despite not being given a fair chance at things. regardless, you have been able to achieve so much. So definitely give yourself a pat on the back over here, pile number 2. Shuffle some Oracle. Okay, pile number 2, we have card number 29 and we have card number 9, where we have the Sick Witch and we have the Demon Levitating. So people are very impressed with the many skills that you possess, and you will be possessing so many more skills, and you're here to make a lot of money through your skills. And all the difficulties that you've faced is going to be made up to you in your fame, in the money you will be making, and all the good that you will be doing. So all the suffering that you've had to go through personally is going to make sense to you. You will be able to make sense of things, and you will be given a very grand throne to sort of sit on. So you're being prepared for it. Gold has to be separated over and over again from impurities, dissolved, and then again burnt again, and again burnt to make it more shiny, right? So you're just being put through the process of this inner alchemy, and you're going to be the shiny gold by the end of it. And you already are. You're just going to improve your luster even more. Pile number 2. So even take time out for yourself, Pour into yourself. The more you pour into yourself, the more you will be able to pour out. Right? So just continue to do the amazing work, and people are amazed. People want to know more. There's a lot of this mystery around you and who you are and what you have to offer. So continue to be this awesome, mysterious force that you are, pile number 2. And you're meant to give the masses the tools of awakening through whatever you choose to do over here, whatever you are doing over here. There's something very divine that flows through what you do, and people connect to that. So remember that. I think that's also very, very important over here, pile number 2. So people are talking about how much of a star you are despite your past. And what is past but prologue to greatness, right? And that's all I see. So that's all I have for pile number 2. Again, it's a general reading. Please take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like the video, share, subscribe, comment. And if you're interested in learning tarot from me, if you are interested in getting a personal reading from me, definitely sign up. You can send me an email to get more details, and I will see you guys in the next reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose the Tarot of the Witch's Garden, this is your reading on what are people saying about you behind closed doors. And even before we begin this reading, I do want to announce that 27th of September, I will be offering my tarot course, or the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot course. So if you're interested in learning tarot from me, definitely sign up. You can send me an email or you can hit me up on Instagram to get more details. And you can do the same if you want a personal reading from me. And please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment. And now let's begin this reading on what are people saying about you behind closed doors. Okay, by number 3, we have the Moon card. 7 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, the Star, 7 of Cups, 9 of Wands, the Hermit, and the 8 of Wands. I'm smiling because the reading starts with the Moon card. So a lot of people are talking about you, but people don't always know what to talk about you because you do come off as extremely mysterious. People want to know more. People want to get to know you more. People want to know your dirty little secrets. People want to know what makes you tick. So there's a lot of this intrigue around you. And you definitely have a lot of fan theories, let's just call it that, about you, your past, where you come from. So because we do have star in the center of the reading. So you are the star, pile number 3, and people talk about you as the star because even if you're in a small town, city, whatever it is, you do have that local celebrity energy, the one to sort of watch out for, who's going to be really big in the next few years. So there's definitely a lot of talk about your success, your who you are as a person, about also the way you look. You're very beautiful here, very handsome, very aesthetically pleasing. You definitely get a lot of attention. People are also talking about that. Yet people don't know anything about you. And I think you are very fiery. I do think you could be my fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sag, or you could have any prominent placements here. Even your North Node, your Rahu could be in any of these prominent positions. And there is this passion and desire around you, this very intense desire and passion around you. And people want to be a part of your world. I think that is what is being said about you behind closed doors, because people do project onto you. You know, you could have Neptune in the first, yet even if you don't have that, you have that very solid energy of, mirage. You definitely, project back to people their deepest fantasies that they have about love, about intensity, about transformation. Very scorpionic themes, you know. So people don't know what to make out of you. I feel I'm going all over the place, and I think that's how people are when they speak about you, because they're just not able to pinpoint and put their finger on who you really are. And all they can maybe talk about is all these things that you do or the way that you look. And I do think this is very deliberate and intentional on your part, because I do think you do have that celebrity energy where you only show people what you want to show people and what you want people to know. And I think you're very good at playing that and capitalizing on it. I think you do understand that people are always going to project a certain version of you onto you, and what you can do the most is to make the most of it and to monetize it. And if you're already not monetizing it, I don't know what you're doing. But I do think a lot of y'all have, and it's going to work out wonderfully for you. And even if you're online, your stuff will go viral. So just keep at it. I think that's really the message for you over here, pile number 3. And you're only going to do well over the long periods of time, even if you don't get immediate success, even if you don't have quick success, pile number 3. All the hard work, all the slow, steady hard work, because I'm getting strong Saturnian energy. You could have Saturn in the first two, Saturn in the first house, or Saturn in any of the prominent placements, and it does give you this very serious working edge over people. And that itself is really beneficial over here for you. And it's going to help you expand at the right time, instead of just expanding and blowing up and then, blowing out completely. Your fire is supposed to be sustained over a long period of time, and people are definitely talking about you in these like legacy terms, because they know that what you're going to leave behind is going to be something greater than yourself, and you will be affecting so many people. As a star has a certain gravitational pull, and this is just what I was thinking about today. So your intensity is going to increase, and your ability to maybe pull things to yourself is also going to increase. Your ability to magnetize is going to increase. So you're just going to have, honestly, more people talking about you, but it's all going to be good. And at the end of the day, it's going to be making you a lot of money. Your coinage is going to be really increased. So let people project, let people daydream, breadcrumb people about who you really are, and you will keep winning. And I think this is really a recipe and your formula. I see what you're doing over here, and it's working very well for you, pile number 3. Then we have the Nine of Wands, the Hermit, and we have the Eight of Wands. Wow, you really don't want your mental peace disturbed. And I I totally get it, by number three. I totally understand your aggression towards outside people. And I think this is the energy you need to maintain right now, because if you have love, that's good. But if you don't have someone, you will be getting that person soon. Maybe in a year's time, I would say not soon. But yet, a year's time is kind of soon in the terms of the earth clock, right? So time is relative anyway. So I think maintain your defensiveness, maintain your boundaries, because you don't have time to pour into other people right now. You have to pour into yourself so you can pour into what you have to give to people and your services and who you are. So the more you nurture yourself, the more you nurture your body, the more you nurture your ideas and let them bloom the way they have to, the way they need to, with the right amount of time, patience, you're going to truly be one of the greatest. And I'm getting something about your wealth over here too. And I'm saying you're not gonna have quick money, you're gonna have to build it. But the slower and steadier you build it, the more permanent it will be. You will definitely have a legacy, and things are just going to multiply for you permanently. So be as slow and as meticulous and as detail oriented you can in your work, because the more you focus, the more single minded linear focus you have in whatever you're trying to achieve, create, the more success you will be getting as a result. And again, 10 of Pentacles. At the end of the day, you're going to have more than enough money to live comfortably. You're going to be really good by number three. So that's always a good message to hear, right? So, and I do think you could even have your Rahu in Taurus or in any of the earth signs, because you are here to amass wealth, amass the things that you truly value. So don't shy away even from materialism and enjoying that, because who said that you have to be non-materialistic to be spiritual? Yes, at a very higher level, but as worldly beings, we do need our basic needs taken care of so we can focus on the spiritual. Otherwise, it just becomes escapism, and that is scary. So fortify yourself and build yourself slowly to getting to that level that you need to be, and you will be there sooner than you realize. And I do think a lot of things are happening for you right now, a lot of even difficulties. And I don't think I have to pamper you by number three. I think you understand. You know when it's showtime. You know when you have to pull out the gun. So you're very mature that way, and keep following your rhythm, keep following your flow, and keep aligning yourself. And I do feel you're just gonna have more and more people talking about you, and even just talking about you is going to benefit and heal people, and it's going to inspire maybe some loser to do better. So keep doing what you're doing, honestly. And I think a lot of y'all are also supposed to communicate. I think your voice is really powerful over here, so use that. Your voice is a very important tool, and it's going to help people heal, awaken to their true nature and their true selves. So very potent magical energy you have here, pile number three. Use it very judiciously. I do think you've had disappointments that you're trying to get over. There have been things that have not made you extremely happy, and it's totally understandable. But the more time you spend in solitude, the more you spend time clearing away that energy, the faster you will be able to bring in something that is truly meant for you, that is not going to lead to disappointments. So you're not going to be attracting the same things again. You'll be attracting a better friend, a better lover, whatever it is, a better job, whatever you require over here, it'll come to you. And I'm getting a lot of stress on my shoulders. So, go easy on your workouts if you're working out too much. If you're not working out, at least exercise your back. because there's a lot of tension in your shoulders, and there's a lot of this overthinking and daydreaming energy that again has to be channelized into what you're doing on a daily basis, which should be healthy habits. Go for a run. I think that's what a lot of y'all also need over here. Move your energy. I think that is what is going to benefit you. Because you're already the star of the show, you're already very attractive. People already have their attention onto you, you know. You just have to capitalize it even more, whatever you're doing over here. Pile number 3, and it's not just that. In doing that, you know, you will be liberating people. You'll be helping people see that there is a better road to take, that there was a better option that they couldn't even see before. So you are the guide, pile number 3. And guides never have easy initiations, right? You've had to go through extra difficult things to be able to do what you're doing right now. So understand that. Understand how far you have come. Shuffle some oracle. Okay, pile number 3, we have very interesting set of cards. We have card number 42, card number 15, and card number 47. I do think there is a lot of negative energy that has been directed your way, but I think you're extremely safe, you're protected. Keep cleansing, keep doing what you're doing, keep up your protection work, whatever you're doing over here, it's working. And you will be able to transmute any poison thrown at you into coins, into money, into pentacles. So learn how to use everything thrown at you right now, every experience, every difficult experience that you're experiencing is there to help you, is there to help you tap into the infinite possibilities of what you want things to be. So you can boomerang things back onto others, even if they're causing you trouble. Because you have a higher rank magically. And you have your familiars protecting you, you have higher forces protecting you, you do have God's protection here as well. And don't worry about the concept, even if people are saying you're doubling and dabbling into something that you shouldn't be. It's probably them who are doing it. And they're clearly very bad at doing it because they're going to get the repercussions of messing with things that they shouldn't be messing with. And again, comparisons. People really compare themselves to you because you are the standard. You are the gold standard. And you just have to get used to it. You just have to get used to it, right? In fact, you need to like be more playful with it. And even see everything as a tool for your own growth and just symbiotic benefits for everyone in whatever you're trying to do over here. You even help the people who are trying to bring you down, pile number 3. You're just that influential and cool. You're just that powerful. So understand that about yourself. And don't worry, you won't have a lot of people talking negative things about you for too long. I think their days are really numbered. So you have nothing to worry. Keep shining. Keep being the mysterious force of nature that you are, pile number 3. And yeah, that's all I'm seeing. Again, it's a general reading, so please take what resonates, leave the rest. If you like my style of reading, please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment. And if you're interested in learning tarot from me, if you're interested in getting a personal reading from me, definitely sign up. You can send me an email or you can hit me up on Instagram to get more details. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Thank you.